Hey guys, it's John, gay over 50. Today I want to make a video. Let's start off with this first. I think we're gonna have a Rufus too. Miles' main dog when he was growing up was named Rufus. This is our new mascot. I'm just thinking he's gonna be on our channel, so I'm gonna keep him around our office and show him off. But yeah, that's gonna be our new mascot, I think. Anyways, I think today's video is about age gaps. Because a couple of the videos I made before, people are sharing their stories of some age differences, younger versus old, a 35 dating a 7-year-old. And I think that has a place in this channel to at least comment on it. To say, I think the reason why I want to make this video is when I met Miles. So I'm 55 now. In fact, my birthday is this coming weekend. My birthday is on the 19th. Our anniversary is on the 18th. I do that for a main reason of so I don't forget. But when I met Miles in our early relationship, he looks like he's 20. So we're about a 4-year age difference between ourselves. So, when I first met him, my kids were the first one to point it out. And then my coworkers are like, oh my God, how old is he? Is he like 20 years old? I'm like, no, he's not. He's in his 40s. But it got me thinking to say, because we still get that. Obviously, Miles is from the Philippines and he doesn't age. Not like us Americans. I mean, I'm aging very poorly in my opinion. But we get the comments all the time like, oh my God, how old is he? And I think it's relevant in our community, especially as we get older. I don't think age gap is an issue. If someone's 70 years old and they're dating a 30-year-old, that age gap I think has no bearing on it. My take on it is because like for me, I didn't come out until my 40s, so I missed the first half of my gay life, from that 19-year-old up. And I think by hiding it, I didn't experience a lot of things that a younger person would have. So like I said, I've never been to a gay bar. I've never been to a drag show. And if any of you guys have suggestions, I'd love to go to one, and I'd like to take Miles with one too. But I think in our community, I think age gaps. There's probably 4 main reasons why they happen. I think as we get older, to find somebody that wants to date us in a relationship, I think as we get older, is harder to find. I guess love or true love. But I think as us older community, because we are seasoned, we've been through life already, we've been to ups and downs, we know what works, what doesn't. We're much wiser people, in my opinion. I think for someone in their 35s to date somebody older, it's fine to me. I have no problem with it. But I think on both sides, I think maybe at the 35-year-old, they're trying to find a wiseness to older people that you don't get with dating somebody younger. I see that a lot, that relationships, especially younger relationships, especially in the gay community, they don't last. I mean, it seems like it's a one and done, and they're back on to the next date. I got lucky enough to meet Miles. We met on Match.com, and it's been 14 years of the best time of my life. And on that note too, because Miles is, 4 years, that's quite a bit. He's also a young soul. He always is energetic and wants to do something, and always happy. He's never negative. I tend to be more negative, set in my ways, grumpy. I always like to overthink everything. And I think that works in our relationship because Miles is like the younger thinker, I'm the older thinker, and that's one thing I think that makes our relationship work. But that's why I wanted to make this video about old versus young, just age gaps, because I think that's what makes some, and it's not only in the gay community, it's in the, I know women who are marrying, they're 7 years old and they're dating a 30-year-old. But I think in the gay community, I think we get a stigmatism on that's can tend to be negative. I don't think it happens as much as like the straight community when they call like a woman a cougar for dating somebody younger. It seems to be fine, but I think in the gay community, I think people have to open their mouths and make more negative comments. And like I said, for sure, when I started dating Miles, because he looked like he was 20 years old, my kids were the first that said, "Oh my God, where did you meet him?" Miles, he's not young. He's in his 40s. And then people at work and just walking down the street. But I think just that's what made me think about this video, because it's nobody's business really who you date. It's who you're compatible with, and if the relationship works, who cares? As long as you two are happy. But I think, especially in today's society, everybody has to have their hands in everybody's other bullshit. It's draining. So I think if you're in a happy relationship and it works, who cares? As long as you're happy and you're compatible and you get along and the relationship works, who cares? You need to do what you need to do to make your life happy. Like I said, I would have never expected to come this far in my life. I thought, when I came out at 40, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I going to navigate? And like I said, I've been out 14 years now, and it's still every day is a new day, and I learned something new. And that's why I made this channel, because as being out only 14 years, and there's so much information plowed into my head and things that I'm learning, why not? I wanted to share this. And I don't do a lot of AI. I do a lot of fumbling on my videos, if it seems like that, because I don't use scripts. I don't use AI. This is from the heart, from my mind, on video. I know a lot of people out there that edit and all that. I don't want to do that. I want to make this channel pure and from the heart and from what I want to talk direct. Like if we were talking in a living room together. But back to the topic of age gaps. I think I think it works for people because, like I said, the older might be looking for more youth. Like I said, if you're 7 years old and you're dating a 35-year-old, there's a newness to it. Because I think as we get older and times have changed so far. If I would have came out when I was in 93 is when I got married. So if I would have came out in 93, my God, go from 93 till now, till 2026, what the gay community is like is completely different. So I think on that topic, on that note, I think as like a 35, 40-year-old dating a 70-year-old or even a 50-year-old, I think they bring so much to the table as the old does to the 35, 40-year-old. Now, should you be in a relationship that's more than a 30-year-old age gap? I don't know. That's none of my business. But I said if it works, I know one couple, Miles and I don't have a lot of gay close friends. We have basically two. But one is, she's 80, her wife is 50. But it works. They've been together forever. And, but that makes my heart sore, because I think people think when they think of the gay community, that's the biggest thing I always get, like, oh, you have multiple partners. No, we don't. Miles is my first and my last. I think in general, there's a lot of, I don't think gay relationships last as long. But if you have a comment or you have a relationship that's lasted, tell me. I'd love to hear it. I'd like to. It's one thing. The reason I started this channel is to share stories and learn. But when I met Miles, my relationship, my whole structure was to one and done. I want to meet that guy that I can be with the rest of my life. Excuse me. And I met him at Miles, and it works, and I'm ecstatically happy. Every day I wake up blessed to have a relationship like we do. But I think in the younger community, I think it's relationships are not ones that tend to last, in my opinion. And I think in the older community, I think they're looking for that one person. And I think that's where the age gaps come in, like, because you can bring such security and stability in the older and newness to the younger. I think a 20-year age gap is fine, in my opinion. But I don't want to get in like specifics of age gap because I don't know nothing about it. But I just know, like with me and Miles, is that's a typical comment that I get, like, how old is he? You know, and it's really nobody's business how old Miles is, but he's old, and I'm older, so we'll leave it at that. You know, but like I said, Miles is now he's over the 50 hump. Yep, we got him there. But like I said, if I would look back 10 years or 20 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be in this at this point in my life. And I'm glad I am, because we have the stability of our relationship. But age gap, I think, because I got so many comments of the last couple of videos of people sharing their stories, which is amazing to know that relationships can work. And I think everybody stereotypically says, oh, that relationship doesn't work. You'll be in a relationship for a year and you'll be on to the next person. And it happens with any relationship. It doesn't have to necessarily be with a gay relationship. I think it happens with any relationship. I think if you're immature and not looking for that, I think that's where it comes in to be. But I was lucky enough to meet a person that fulfills my every need and want that I need. But no, I don't want to keep rambling, but this is my video for today. And I just want to see if you have any comments or suggestions or opinions, please put them in, because I like to hear them. And Miles and I live in Illinois, northern Illinois, close to Wisconsin. So we love to go to a drag show or something, or a gay bar. We've never been to one. So if you know any close bys, yeah, let us know. We're always into something new. And like I said, I started this channel so I can learn from other people, and also give my opinions and give my life story and what I have learned. Because like I said, I'm learning every day. But no, that's it for today. Short video, and just something that came up off my head because I had so many comments from last week. But Miles and I also have a TikTok. I do try to post some of my TikTok on my YouTube channel just for fun. And we have a Facebook page too. If you guys want information about that, just send me a link and I can tell you. But our Facebook is John and Miles, I think it is. Just send me a link and I'll post it. But our TikTok is John and Miles, and we just do funny couple stuff and short videos. I do a potty talk or potty chat. So, but no, that's it. That's our video for today. But I appreciate you guys watching. It's Sunday. The weather's getting warmer here in Illinois. But no, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Get our channel out there. Share it with your friends, because we definitely need to make this group way bigger. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are in the same scenario, that are gay over 50 and are trying to navigate their lives. So, but thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. And Miles and I love you guys all. Thanks.